Nika, are the Chicago Bears, the pride and joy of Illinois, about to move across state lines into Indiana?
Potentially, they could. I guess that's the rumors.
The rumors are, well, it's not necessarily rumors. It is jockeying, I guess. It is business negotiation at the highest of levels. The Bears are pitting government deals against each other with Illinois and Indiana, it seems like. But I think really this has become from a situation of a lot of people's own makings. And it's just really sad that it's gotten to this point. And I think that's goes without saying. That whatever relationship the Bears have with the state of Illinois, it's really bad that it's gotten to this point in the first place.
Of course.
Make no mistake about it, everybody. The Bears are actually considering moving to Indiana. It's not a done deal, though. Despite what the people from Indiana that are saying that would have you believe, this is not a done deal. In fact, I would argue it's actually just part of negotiation.
It's a political dance. It's a dance that they have to do right now. Whether it's business and politics just got in the way.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
I mean, they want to do everything, I think, in their power that they can do with flexing their muscle to bring Illinois to the table the way they want them to be, I guess, or where they want them to be, maybe, is a better way to put it, financially. And from everything I understand about the situation, the Bears bought the land in Arlington Heights 3 years ago and have been trying to get the state of Illinois to come to some kind of agreement about property taxes and about infrastructure around that area to make it more accessible, shall we say, for people to get in and out of Arlington Heights. All seems kind of reasonable, right?
That's
on paper.
It's a desirable location. It's really not that far from the city, so it has a really good commute if you would take the train.
Yeah.
The roads and the highways are the different issue, but there is a easy access if you want to take a train. The train stops right by the tracks.
The train, Metro, which is the commuter train in the suburbs of Illinois, northern Illinois. And by the way, full disclosure, we lived in Illinois. We do not live in Illinois anymore. And I just want to say, it really doesn't matter to me where the Bears end up playing. I have a little bit of a hard time with them moving to Indiana. I'll probably get over it, but I just want to warn people that Green Bay is not going to let us hear the end of this for the rest of our lives. We can beat them every year and they'll just be like, Indiana Bears, go. And I don't want to be called the Indiana Bears, man. I really don't. I'm not lying about that.
This is the part of a business strategy. It doesn't involve feelings.
True.
So I know it sucks. It will suck for a lot of players and that will suck for the fans. But at the end of the day, the Bears got to do what they want to do. It's an entity, business entity. So, and I know they invested the money in Arlington Heights, which is kind of weird that they went about this the backwards way.
They did. They should not have bought the land before they negotiated the deal with the state. And that's the fatal mistake in all of this, unfortunately, for the Bears. However, they played the trump card. They went to Indiana and said, what can you do for us, kind of? And now the Indiana legislature is like, well, we can do a lot for you. So they're trying to put them up in Gary or the suburbs of Gary. Hammond, Indiana has been a talk of a location. So it's funny because Bears fans are literally driving there on social media and filming and posting. We can't have a stadium here, man. It smells and it's like, come on, man. They're going to do so much work to this area before there's ever a game played there.
We were in Inglewood in LA before the SoFi Stadium was built.
Yep,
it was
good
a
point.
disaster area. I'm sorry. It was rundown
one
area.
One of the worst areas to drive around.
Exactly.
Our power went out at the motel one night for
we stayed there for a few weeks or a month even.
Yeah, it was when we first moved there and we were trying. I had gotten a gig just nearby in Culver City.
Yes,
and
it
so
was.
that's what made our decision to kind of stay near Inglewood because
Well,
it
we
was
didn't
affordable
know.
and we were still getting on our feet in a new city.
Exactly. So knowing what we know about that, Now the area looks really nice.
Yeah.
It's growing, has a new businesses around. So just because you see something at the moment doesn't mean it will look like this when the stadium is done. Look, another example, Cubs, downtown Chicago, Wrigley. It used to look like shit. Now they renovated the area and it looks a lot better. It's still congested, but that's a different topic. So you can't just, willy-nilly say everything is going to look like a dump.
I went to college downtown Chicago on the South Loop, so I was always right by Soldier Field, and there's a sentimental part of me that understands the lakefront crowd and like all of that.
Okay.
I
That's
think
a fair
those
reason.
stadiums are horribly placed. Like, I think Wrigley Field's in a terrible place to get in and out of if you're just a suburban fan, especially if you come from where we grew up in like Antioch. There's no great metro that goes straight there or anything like
No,
that. So
because they were built a long time ago when the
yeah.
population's density was.
And
a
don't
lot
get me
lower.
wrong, I love these buildings. I love these places. I
Of
love the
course.
nostalgia. I'm a history buff. But at the same time, I would love for the Bears to host the Super Bowl, especially if they have a chance of playing
Of
in it.
course, it's a great
Great wow.
idea to have that.
Yeah, and as someone that grew up in Illinois, it would be cool to say like, wow, Illinois has a Super Bowl, something that they haven't had my whole life. So I understand it all, but I also want to say, because we lived in Illinois, we totally know and understand how screwed up the government is. We do. The Illinois Constitution says that all pensions are constitutionally protected, right? Or some crap like this, and they're so in debt from pensions, and it's a never-ending hole that they're in. It's awful. It's one of the reasons why we did leave the state ourselves.
The state is
we
corrupt.
can totally understand wanting to not do business in the state of Illinois.
It's a corruption.
Every state is corrupt.
Of course.
I don't want to single out Illinois.
But
in their own
you just
ways.
did.
And I want to warn the state of Indiana and the people of Indiana just the same, to say that someone always pays. Okay?
course.
So just because everyone's gloating and talking about this great, they're not going to tax the Bears and they're going to save so much money as a franchise, and wouldn't you do that too if you were a business? And it's like, okay, I get all that. I do. But someone always pays, and it's going to be the people. It's going to be the people. And these politicians are going to be dead, and your grandkids are going to be footing the bill.
Of
Just letting you know.
Of course.
Just letting you know. Well, I just want to say a couple more things about
Sure.
this, and then we can move on. But
Okay.
I feel like George Halas, Papa Bear, I said I'm a history buff and I'm sentimental. And if you've followed this channel at all, you will know that. But George Halas apparently wanted to move the Bears to Arlington Heights way back when, in the 60s and 70s. And for reasons, it didn't happen. The Bears wound up actually going to Soldier Field, where the Chicago Cardinals played. I don't think we should have such a sentimental attachment to Soldier Field when it wasn't even our stadium to begin with. It was another football team's stadium, actually. We played at Wrigley Field, everybody.
The stadium needs to be renovated. It needs to be upgraded to the modern standards if you want to host a Super Bowl. And south side of Chicago, Soldier Field specifically, that area will not accommodate the amount of people traveling for this kind of event or anything else. It's old. It's outdated.
It is the lowest capacity stadium in the NFL, everybody. The lowest. Think about that.
Yeah.
And you're in the third major market in the United States, maybe fourth. I don't know if Dallas has passed Chicago yet.
It
But
doesn't matter. The point is just
either the point is moot.
Yeah.
If you want to get passed up by Dallas, then keep going the way you're going, because you're lacking growth. What are you going to build another toilet bowl on top of the existing toilet bowl at Soldier Field?
yes.
It looks
There you
terrible, everybody. And
Kick the can down the road. Somebody else's problem.
so from a sentimental standpoint, I really hope the Bears are able to work out a deal with the state of Illinois and move the team to Arlington Heights. And another reason why I think this is great is because Hallis Hall ain't going anywhere. The Bears spent a ton of money renovating Hallis Hall recently. They're not going to move their practice facility. The players all own property or live near the practice facility on purpose by design. So I am more in favor of moving the stadium closer to where they all live, so that there's less driving, less time in the car for our players before their home games and sleeping in their own beds at home instead of the hotel in Hammond, Indiana the night before? I would much rather have them closer to their homes and just thinking about the game on game day. That's all.
Well, you thinking as a human.
I know, but I'm just pointing this out because someone's got to.
Of course.
Someone's got to humanize this whole damn story and not politicize it, which is my last point, and then we are moving on. Beware of trolls, okay? There are bad faith people out there who want to see the Illinois government, for lack of a better way of putting it, fail because of political reasons, because they might like the other party better and they feel like this makes Illinois look bad. So they're advocating all this Indiana, like, oh, less taxes and all this stuff, but they have ulterior motives here.
Oh, yeah? What are they?
They don't like the other party and they're just trolling and they're making it political.
I disagree.
I know you do, but you don't have a good argument.
The Illinois government doesn't need Bears Stadium to have an egg on their face. They already do.
I understand. So. No, we understand. We lived there. I'm trying to explain this for people that might not be familiar with the area or might not be familiar with it. Like I said, all governments are screwed up.
Of course.
For all the people that are advocating like Indiana's going to be so much better for the Bears, maybe that's true as a business, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be true for the people. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be true for the fans.
Okay.
They come last.
Of course.
You know,
the afterthought.
As far as I know, the Metra does not go to Indiana right now.
No, there's actually highway, some kind of a highway that you have to pay a lot of money in order to go to Indiana. Every time you pass it. It's like 16, 12 bucks, I don't know.
So if you're Indiana government, don't you want a bunch of people from Illinois coming over to your stadium and paying that toll all the time? I mean, come on.
Of course, it's money for the state.
Free money. And
exactly.
What government doesn't love free money?
Exactly.
You're just using the road. You're crossing a border.
But you're making the same argument when the Bears asking the Illinois government to help with the infrastructure to go to Arlington Heights.
Oh, no doubt.
And why is that a problem? It shouldn't be.
I agree that Illinois should not have let it get to this point. I think I said that. I'm saying it again. I don't think that they are innocent at all. And I think that they are actually the biggest blame in all of this is just because they didn't make it a priority. I remember the Bears sent out a letter saying to the fans, like, we're sorry, but the state of Illinois has said that this is not going to be a priority and we just can't live with that. We want to bring a Super Bowl to this area. So that's what escalated this whole thing. I think in order to get what they wanted out of Illinois, they had to be serious about leaving.
Yeah.
You know, even though Hammond, Indiana is closer to Soldier Field than Arlington Heights is.
Yes, but Arlington Heights is in Illinois.
I know, exactly. And it's also, like I said, it's where George Halas wanted to move the team, so there's some sentimental attachment to it. And that's all I'm saying is that's what I hope works out. I think it would be great for the, Lake County, Cook County, DuPage County, all those counties fans of the Bears, personally. My whole thing with the Indiana Bears fans is like, you made your choice. You made your choice. You chose to live in Indiana and root for the Bears. And we're happy for you that you did that. We're happy to have you on board, but this is our team in our state. And it kind of feels like it's fighting dirty in a sense, All
right. There's going to be more information coming up right this coming week about this situation because it feels like it's a urgent matter to the Bears and if they want to host the Super Bowl before 2029 or 30.
I'm just saying there's a lot of misinformation going around. There's a lot of people that are saying that it's a done deal and the Bears are going to Indiana. And I'm just urging caution by listening to these voices